Viewers, meanwhile, Pakistan media has reported that authorities have taken 6 people, including 2 brothers of the suicide bomber, into custody as investigations continue into the deadly suicide attack on a mosque in the Tarlai area. According to Pakistani officials, the detained individuals were in close contact with the attacker and have been shifted to an undisclosed location for further interrogation. As per Pakistan media reports, a special investigation team comprising officers from the Counter-Terrorism Department and other security agencies has been formed to trace and arrest facilitators and abettors involved in the attack. Investigators are also working to identify the attackers' current and former hideouts. I have Ajay Jandyal joining me with more details. Over to you, Ajay.
Yes, 6 people have been detained by the Islamabad police, and the investigation reveals that they are basically the close contact of the Yasir Khan, who basically was a suicide bomber and who have carried out that attack in Islamabad, which killed 31 people and more than 150 people are injured. According to information, Yasir basically before entering the mosque, and when he reached the mosque, he opened fire and shot some bullets on the people, those who basically were offering prayers over there. And then when people there was a panic among the people, he triggered himself, and then explosion took place, which was horrible as far as the eyewitnesses are concerned, because they say that there was bodies, blood everywhere after this incident, and they have been shifted. Now the police investigation says that he was basically a Pashtun, and he was from Peshawar, and he basically went to Afghanistan for terror training. 5 to 6 months he was there, and he returned back and then carried out this attack over there in Islamabad. So investigation is going on to ensure that they have to investigate it properly. They have to get the details. They have to get the details that who basically is behind this incident and why he have carried out this attack in that area of Islamabad, in a mosque, and especially in a Shia mosque.
All right, Ajay, thanks for those details. Now, funerals will take place today on the 7th of February for some of the victims of the suicide blast. City officials said 31 people died and another 169 were wounded in the explosion at the Imam Barga Kasre Khadijatul Kubra Mosque on the city's outskirts. A suicide bomber was intercepted at the gate of a mosque by volunteers and security personnel, leading to a gunfight. According to witnesses, one injured volunteer shot the attacker in the thigh from behind as he attempted to advance. The bomber then detonated his explosives, causing an extremely powerful blast that ripped through the building just as prayers were beginning. Commander Dr. Bhushan Diwan is with me. Commander Diwan, I'm coming back to you for your comments on the latest details that are emerging.
So, it's a sad thing, so many people dying and just for no fault of theirs. But that is the whole issue, if you think that you'll have, you'll create an army of snakes. That is what terrorists are. Sometimes they will defend you, sometimes they'll attack you themselves. That's what is happening. And by the way, ISKP, in Islamic State Khorasan province, their history, if you know. We all know that when USA went away from Afghanistan a couple of years back, and you know that ISKP used to say, you Talibans, you are kafirs. Look at that. You are kafirs because you have done a treaty with Americans, and as a result of it, they have gone away. But you are not fighters. You are kafirs. You are sissies. So this approach, this approach mindset, this is the crops of such a mindset which the Pakistan is reaping. And second thing, while I'm talking to you, I also have this feeling, you never know. The trouble in Balochistan and anti-feeling against army regime, you never know. Politics is such a dirty thing, bad thing. Now we have to figure out who has carried out the attack. If you create disruption, then you can say, if you means I, as a regime person, create deception, then I can say, look here, I'm required. Things are in bad shape. Pakistan is in trouble. Army is required. We have to protect things. There's a chaos all around. And claim martial law, perhaps. I mean, for namesake, there is a democratic government, elected government, though they have effective no power. De facto, it is army. De jure, it may be economic, democratic government. So we have to figure out that, of course, the regime who's doing the investigation, if they do the investigation, they will never come out with this truth that, they will find out naturally who are the perpetrators, some outside agencies and so on, so forth. Maybe point as the needle of suspicion toward India also, we never know, or anywhere, any other bodies. So the point is when they're sitting on a hotbed of turmoil, Pakistan, and they might vital for existence of the armed forces themselves, they creating this chaos is in their interest. They are armed, they are safe, much safer than the common man, and common man is dying. So we don't know what is the reality, and it is good. I mean, it is very sad that common people are suffering such a bad shape. But the regime is to blame. The regime to divert attention can do all these things. Countries at stake, the country's survival is at stake, and give such slogans and mobilize people behind in the support of the ruling regime, which is corrupt regime, which is anti-people regime. So this is the main thing, that how long Pakistan rulers can maintain, unless they bring democracy, how long they can maintain their power. And these kind of things are bound to happen more and more. And this is very sad. This is a big lesson for Pakistani rulers to say that we all talk about sustainable development, sustainable anything today. This is not sustainable approach that, you keep thriving on one chaos to another chaos. And so why, if chaos is there, I as an army general, as field marshal, I can prove my relevance, and I can say anybody who's not supporting me, put him behind the bars, he's anti-national. These are the issues basically. And they are poor, and they have, what? I mean, as an army man, I can tell you that they have nurtured terrorists because non-state actors, because Pakistan cannot fight a frontal war with India. So they have nurtured terrorists to, create damage. Like Bhutto used to say, we'll bleed India with 1,000 cuts. Attack here, attack there, terrorist attack there, and now Bangladesh also, they've gone there to train some terrorists over there also. So they are playing with fire, and the fire can it can burn them also. That is what it is doing. So unless they go away from this policy, I don't think so. And a good country, lot of water there, lot of cotton there, lot of people of like us, our genetic signatures like Indians. So they have vast opportunity to grow economically, whether it's technology, everywhere else. But what is their status today? I mean, anywhere Pakistanis go, they are treated shabbily, they are treated as beggars. Who's to blame? The rulers are to blame, who for the sake of chair are doing all this. So there's a larger picture. The deaths have happened, it's very sad. And this picture of what we are saying is that unless they take to tolerance, live and let live, this approach, reform is called for big time, even by the religious leaders and the political leaders. If that is an economic growth, if these are the major issues, otherwise Pakistan cannot survive. However, fortunately, unfortunately, because of its geography, Pakistan seems to go on surviving endlessly. China has to support it. Why? They want access to warm water port in Arabian Sea, Gwadar port. And why? America also has to has to support Pakistan since 70 years. Central Treaty Organization. Why? Because to take care of, to fix Russia, keep a check on Russia. And now, of course, CPC, $66 billion investment by China in CPC in Pakistan. So America should also, come into the boiling pot. That is what they're doing. So it's the geography of Pakistan coupled with the military dictatorship is what is keeping the pot boiling. But they don't know their own people. The country as a whole will cease to survive with this kind of things happening every day. There will be terrorists, there will be problems, there will be chaos. Every country has some anti-regime elements. But going to this kind of extent, why? Because the people are not going to support the regime.